business idea. It's also about, look, are they willing to put in the time, to support this business because they're really just interested in it. So I think those are some of the things that you should look at, as opposed to just saying, okay, someone has a degree and so I should hire them. You should also think, like, in my company, what culture do I want to create, and does this person fit that profile? Because there are some people who are really great at their work, but they're just tough to work with. So for me, that's a no, because working, you can teach someone communication skills. You can teach someone to do better in their work, but you cannot teach someone to be a better person, if I may put it that way. So yeah, that's things that you need to consider when creating a team.
Okay. Oh, love I guess he's asking another question. Is that a question or comment? I'm not sure. From Iodele. Where can you look to network as you can't build a business alone? Or is that, yeah?
One of the things that Techstars has been is their core, or what they use as part of their program, is the give first mentality. So I'll just type that. And the concept of this is, you're going to have to do some things without expecting any return. And those things can be, mentoring someone. Those things can be, someone reaches out to you, they have a question, respond to them. Someone reaches out to you, they have a business they're trying to build, you can help them. Someone, a developer, we've had, people who are really passionate about what they're doing, but they're just not at the stage of quality of work that we need. But because of that give first mentality that we have as Afriblocks, we say, you know what, we're going to help you. We're going to give you these resources, so that you get to a better stage. And when you are there, they will start to give you more jobs. And this is something that we do for free. It takes time off your day to day, but that give first gets you into rooms that you probably never have been. Yeah, so I would say, like, that's how you build your network. You're going to have to do some things. I know, in Zimbabwe, you have to be careful so that you don't get abused by the exposure. We're going to pay you in exposure type of conversations. But I would say, if there's this it's especially if someone who's it doesn't have to be someone who's above you. It can be someone who's actually also learning, that you can help. And down the line, it might be 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, they can also help you. Because, like I mentioned, my co-founder, we started working together like 5 years ago, literally 5 years ago, and we kept in touch. And he would ask things, I would ask him for things, and there was never a money conversation. And fast forward now, we're literally working together. So it's that's how you build relationships, and that's how you build your network. Give first and keep building from that. Simba, I think you're mute.
Yeah, so I just wanted to ask, there's yeah, sorry, I lost my train of thought. But from your website, right? Your statement is building Africa's future of work. So that's bold and such a powerful statement. So what's the message that you're trying to put out there to the market with that statement? Because Africa, as we know it, is 54 countries, and to tackle all of them is difficult. So when you say that, I mean, it shows that you guys are bold. So what's the vision behind that sort of statement?
Okay, so our bigger vision is literally building Africa's future of work. Because as startups, sometimes you tend to think small. We are not thinking small in any way. We want to build Africa's future of work. And what that means is, when you look at it at a bigger picture, Africa is 1.3 billion people. and 60% are under the age of 25, which makes Africa the youngest continent in the world. And then when you look at the statistics about the future of work, right now about, pre-COVID, before COVID-19, 30% of the US workforce was freelancing. And that number is expected to rise globally to about 80% of people doing freelance work, right? And then when you look at other states, like Africa has 6 of the fastest growing economies in the world. And there's a global impending skills shortage of about 85 million people within the next 10 years, which means that they'll end up in about 8.5 trillion in unrealized revenue every year. And Africa is in a unique position to take on that challenge. It's in a unique position to create these next, workers that are going to fill that impending skills shortage. And when we now start to look at who in the market is building for that, we researched. There are a few companies, but there isn't one that's trying to solve all the issues that are being faced in the African freelance economy, which is fragmented. So our roadmap, within the next 10 years, we want to fill in that gap. We want to build this marketplace that connects people with jobs. Then the next stage will be to build, digital payment methods that allow freelancers to easily accept payments and work together. And then the last stage will be to build, collaboration tools that allow jobs to be done easily. So right now we are in about 7 African countries where we have registered freelancers, but I would say the main active countries are three African countries: Zimbabwe, South Africa, Zambia. So those are the 3 main, but we also have, in Ghana, we have in Kenya and Rwanda. So all of this has happened, during a short period of time, which means that we are in the right direction. And I would say we'll start, of course, you cannot take on the whole of Africa at the same time, but our vision is not about, we're not building for the next 1 year or 2 years, we're building for the entire future. So that's why we say the future of work, and we are in the right position to do that, to achieve it.
Yeah, and also one of the things I just wanted to add, in Africa, we have high unemployment. I mean, South Africa, almost 60% in the youth. So have you found that it's difficult to get jobs, or because you've got the numbers of people who are looking for jobs, I think it far outweighs the number of jobs. Have you found that to be a problem on the supply side of jobs?
Yeah, so that's a chicken and egg situation, because what we're building is a two-sided marketplace. So you have people looking for jobs, people to supply jobs, and we've been trying to build both sides at the same time, but we're focused more on the demand side. We're looking for jobs more than we're looking for freelancers, because a design or logo work can be done in 2 days and it's done. But freelancers are still there and they need more jobs. So we've been really pushing, and that's part of the process we're going through Techstars, trying to figure out our customer profile, trying to figure out our go-to-market strategy, which areas, who are we going to target with our advertising, and how are we going to build and scale and get more jobs on the marketplace. So yeah, I would say that's the approach we're taking right now, but we still have a lot to learn to really get to that product market fit.
Okay. Yeah, and you spoke about your go-to-market strategy. So what, I don't know if you did speak about it, but what is your go-to-market strategy in a country like Zimbabwe, which is not the most tech savvy, and the cost of data is high? How did you get yourselves into the market and become a known, besides advertising, of course?
Yeah, we've had to do a lot of things that don't scale, which is literally reaching out to people, like me calling you, saying we have this platform, can you join? sometimes we've had to actually pay for data expenses for our freelancers, so that we can also help them. And at this stage, when they start to have 3-4 jobs, then they can pay for themselves. I remember we actually had to send in advance for a great freelancer in Zambia who needed, their phone was not working well, so we had to
Wow.
send in advance to them to get a phone. And now, they're working well. And then, later on when they managed to pay back, it wasn't a lot. It was about what, $80 or so. But it's those things that don't scale that you need to do at this early stage that will pay off eventually. Yeah, that's the approach that I'm taking, because that this person is amazing, but they need help Zimbabwe, which is something that people underestimate. Being a founder in the market, if you look at our website right now, jobs are not there. They're posted on the website, but we directly reach out. We have WhatsApp groups where we send those jobs to our freelancers, because we understand someone does not necessarily have access to their email every time.
Yeah.
So we are in that market, and we are building for that market. We're solving problems that we face. So it makes sense for us to build in with that in mind, as opposed to just saying everyone should literally be on the website every day waiting for those jobs to come in. So yeah, it's those things that don't scale that you need to do at this early stage. Get information, get more resources, and build from that. Um,
And
so
then
I'm trying to.
yeah, you want to answer the
Yeah, I'm
question?
looking. I'm looking. Yeah, I'm looking at while building your online business. Are there pitfalls you've noticed that beginners should avoid? I'm sorry, someone with a okay. Thanks. While building your online business, are there pitfalls you've noticed that beginners should avoid? And which skills do you feel are important to learn to be prepared to start an online business? So I think things that you should try to, as much as you can, to figure out the market before you build. Because I'm a software developer, and I've realized that building a website and online platform is actually the easy part. The hard part is now getting traction and getting people to use it, and getting revenue. That's the hard part. I'll give you an example. Like, we've seen a lot of e-commerce platforms start up in Zimbabwe. They have amazing websites, they have inventory and everything, but they haven't taken off. It's a conversation I was having yesterday, and it has nothing to do with the technology. It has everything to do with the execution. So I would say you really need to know, when you're starting a business, that when you build that website, it's great, but that's like probably like 2% of the job. 98% is going to look for your customer, getting people to know about your product, getting people to pay, getting people to receive, if it's an e-commerce, to receive their products, their purchases within a reasonable amount of time, being effective, closing orders, having an amazing team. So there are a lot of other things, and I think that's what startups, or people starting an online business should keep in mind. Because I've had people who build a website, and I don't know, for some reason they'll think like, okay, so now I'm going to take off. Not yet. You have to like work beyond that website. There's still a lot of work to be done, and you have to be consistent in delivering, every single day.
Yeah, that's true.
And the other question was the skills. I always tell people that we are blessed, our generation. I remember, growing up, you had to go into a library, you had to look for a book, you had to look for the particular page with the topic that you're looking for. And now you just go on Google and literally write how to build an online business. It's one thing that people, make a mistake in. They just start without doing some research. And yet we have all these tools that are at our exposure. We have We have, we have a lot of tools that you can use on your app. People underestimate the power of your phone. Marketing, Instagram is there, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. If you think of, finance, there are a lot of finance apps. If you think of, how can I learn about, this particular topic, there's YouTube, there are thousands of, resources out there. If you think of anything that you think of, there's an app for that. So that's literally true. So that's something people should, that's where you gain your skills. I'll say most of the things that I know right now was not from university. It was from after university and YouTube and Google. Yeah, that's literally how you gain skills to build your business.
Okay. Well, it's 30 minutes now. It's got just a few more questions. So this one is for the local startup scene. Where do you see the Zimbabwean startup landscape currently? And what advice would you give Zimbabwean startups?
I think Zimbabwe is still tough, unfortunately, but it's one of the things that I personally want to change. And we still have a long way to go. But one of the things we can start is collaborating, working together, sharing resources, sharing information, and keep growing from that. Because it's really easy for you to start a business and just want to do it on your own. But if you can share information with someone else, that would be great, so that it benefits the whole industry, the whole platform. There are always some things that we cannot change instantly, things that we cannot change today or tomorrow. It's going to take time, but I think all of these things that Tech Hub is doing, Afriblocks is doing. Yesterday I saw the 8 to 5 hub. They're doing amazing work as well. So all of those the small things add up to a better Zimbabwe tech ecosystem.
Okay. No, yeah, I agree. And I like the Techstars concept of give first. I don't know if enough people are giving first here, but it everything starts with it starts by crawling, and then we walk, and then we run. And I just wanted to talk about something else. One of the ecosystems that is making the most noise of late has been Nigeria, and we look at that
Yeah,
for
Nigeria has been amazing.
quite a
Yeah,
bit of
just so I see
inspiration.
that there's a minute left.
Oh yeah, we can just restart the link when it ends.
Okay.
Yeah. So Nigeria has been giving, it gives a lot of inspiration to anyone who's looking to start a startup in Africa, that it's possible. So
Yeah.
what do you get when how does that inspire you, or how do you look at Nigeria for yourself when you
Nigeria has been amazing.
Mm,
I'm actually reaching out to people there, to collaborate. There's my ped, which is most influential people of African descent. It's based in Nigeria, and I was selected as one of them last year, 2020. They're based in Nigeria, so that's a community that I'm part of. There are people like Maya, who's
Maya Hogan?
who has a venture fund. Yes,
Yeah.
she's also doing amazing work there. Paystech just got acquired.